All right, let's have some fun with this Chatner article about other signs besides having a map in the front that the fantasy novel you've just picked up will be good as applied to The Prince of Nothing and the Aspect Emperor. If you want to check out this webpage, the link will be in the description. All right, so first bullet point, a diagram of a family tree. I don't think it actually has this, but I will say that the appendix, particularly of the very last book, the appendix of the last book is, no joke, 20% of the total page count. Which, no spoilers, but just, be warned that as you're getting close to the end of that book, you might be much closer than you actually think because of the size of that appendix. Let's see, description of an invented game with concealed rules. I believe there's mention of some in-universe games that don't exist in our universe, but I don't think it gets into any of the rules in particular. Fictional epigraphs. Yes, absolutely. Every single chapter begins with a historical quote, often by some historian or scholar, from the world, the fictional world, and it's all totally made up. So big time yes on that one. The painted cover has more than one moon on it. Nope, only one moon. No moons on the cover, but only one moon in the universe, I believe. Next one is recipes. No, I don't think it actually gets too much into the food, although definitely different regions have their own different dishes for sure, but it doesn't really go into too much detail about those. List of prices for basic commodities with invented currencies. There's definitely an invented currency. I don't remember it gets too much into the prices. A headpiece. I don't think so on that one. Keyhole dust jacket. Extra bonus points if you can see someone's face through the keyhole. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Foreword written by a fictional character whom the author is once again presenting as real as Churchill or Dante. I don't think there's a foreword per se, but again, there's a ton of fictional historical characters who are commenting on the events that play out. Some sort of math equation. No, but I think nearly, because it does get into the difference between the arcane and the techne, which is definitely their word for sort of what we think of as machine and scientific technology. Wheel chart, no, not actually. Deck-edged paper, no, unfortunately, that would be amazing though. A really good constructed language, not just one that's got a lot of apostrophes and THs in it. Yeah, there are definitely some constructed languages, the non-men, who I think of basically as kind of like Tolkien's high elves, except much more violent and much more horny. They definitely have their own language. A fictional Oxbridge College. Not per se, but all of the different magical sects, all the different sorcery schools, well, they have their own schools. So I feel like that's pretty similar there. An inexpressible, immeasurable sadness that transcends panic and terror, even despair, leaving the reader in quiet immensities with the feeling that they have spent time and have been permanently tinted by and with an impersonal, larger-than-God force. Yeah, that could just go on the cover of these books. That's pretty much it right there. If that wasn't written literally for R. Scott Bakker's books, I don't know where that came from. Deck-edged paper, they already mentioned this, I guess with 4-edge painting. No, but that is pretty cool. I love that. Internally consistent references to a book or books that does not exist. Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely books, many scholars in universe that are mentioned. So not all of those for sure, but I feel like this book definitely nails a lot from that list.
I want to add that I really feel it's lacking from the Chatner article that one of the bullet points is not has multiple chapters from the perspective of a severed head, which the last book, The Unholy Consult, does.